Hi, my friends. So this video is for pregnant women or women who have just had a baby, and because I've been working with a bunch of pregnant women recently, and the thing that I'm hearing the most is their pelvic floor is super tight, their back is sore, and people are in pain. And the best way that I know to move the pelvis is in a chair. I don't have access to chairs in the classes that I teach, so this is specifically for anyone really who is having lower back pain that knows that their pelvis is tight, so you don't have to be pregnant. Yet this is great for people who are pregnant. You will need a chair. I like a really hard seat on the chair. That's what she said. I like a chair that has a little bit of a harder seat to it so you can have more control over your pelvis, and you will also need a Pilates ball without a bunch of air in it. You can just have it a little soft. This is, I think, a 6-inch ball, I think, but Amazon, $10. So let's begin sitting on the chair and just let yourself slump a little bit, feel just how you would normally sit. So let your body sink into the chair, and we'll start with taking some long, slow breaths. Let's exhale out of the nose or the mouth. Squeeze your belly to your spine. And when you take an inhale, let's spread the ribs. See if you can start to feel your torso expanding. Feel the ribs expand to the sides and behind you. And when you exhale again, pull your belly in and soften your eyes, the eyebrows, the jaw. Keep that little tension in your belly, squeezing the ribs together. And now inhale into the ribs again. See if you can expand the ribs a little bit wider. Notice how that helps you sit up a little taller. Pull your belly in, squeeze your lower ribs together, and exhale the breath all the way out. Take another nice big breath in and see if you can keep your belly engaged and expand the breath into the ribs. So this breath that I'm asking you to do, just keep breathing long and slow. You're using the breath to expand and stretch the fascia underneath your ribs. One of the biggest things with life in general, also when you are pregnant or carrying baby, is you really want to take control of your nervous system. You want to be able to settle yourself, and this is how you do it. You take control of the breath. As soon as you focus on the breath, you have control over it. So as you slow down your exhale, you'll start to notice how much you might be grasping for air, how much anxiety or stress you might be holding in your body. Slowing down the exhale gives you the opportunity to feel it. So if you start to feel anxious with the breath, just be really gentle with yourself, just feeling into the anxiousness. Don't try to change it at all, because trying to change it is like pushing it away. It's pushing against it. It's going to make it worse. It's going to make it stronger. So just slowing down your exhale, feel everything contracting into center, and then take a big breath in and feel everything move away from center. See if you can feel this a few more times. Feel everything move into center. Squeeze the ribs, squeeze the belly, contract, and then expand. Big inhale. Take a few more breaths like this. I really want you to feel the squeezing into center, pulling the belly in, feel everything engaged into your core, and then soften your face. Inhale and spread the breath through the torso. See if you can become aware of how when you breathe consciously, the mind isn't as active. If you need a little more time to feel your breath and to settle yourself, just pause the video, take a few more breaths. When you're ready, we'll start to add a little movement. So let's just walk the sit bones to the edge of the chair so you can feel those pokey bones in your butt. And let's just shift a little side to side from one sit bone to the other. Feel into those pokey bones in your butt. It's just the bottom of your pelvis. So as you shift to one, feel that, shift to the other. Good. And now let's tuck the tail and exhale and slump down, round your back, tuck your chin. And when you inhale, you're going to push those sit bones behind you and lift under the breasts up. You can even pull your elbows back to engage your back muscles. You're opening the front, engaging the back. And now let's exhale again. Round the back. You're stretching the back and you're engaging into the front. Pull your belly in, squeeze your chest a little. Inhale. Roll those shoulders back. Let's lift the heart, squeeze the back muscles, and send your sit bones behind you. And exhale, tuck the sit bones under, round and spread your shoulder blades. You can hold your knees here as you tuck your chin. So just moving with your own breath. Your breath might be a little slower or a little faster than mine. If it's faster, I want to just invite you to slow your exhales down a little bit more. Remember, the way you settle your nervous system is by slowing your exhale. And this is very important when you are carrying baby, because baby is going to inherit your nervous system. So you want baby to be chill, settled, right? If you're nursing, that energy that you are holding in your body, that anxious energy is being transmitted to baby, right? So really learning how to settle yourself is going to be best for the whole family, the household. So just do this movement until you feel just good. Moving forward and back, you feel some engagement in your front, you feel some engagement in your back, and you feel like you're in control of your breath. The next move that we'll do, we're going to do what I call pelvic walking. So let's just sit up tall, send your sit bones behind you, and we'll walk one sit bone back at a time. And as you do this, you want to shift your weight to one butt cheek and lift the other one, and then shift the weight and lift the other one. So imagine if you didn't have legs, you would walk like this from your pelvis. So we'll walk all the way back to the chair, and then you'll walk forward. Your sit bones are your feet when you're sitting, and that means they want to be straight down. And if they're straight down, that makes your spine be in its natural curves, which is the healthiest for your back. It's going to feel the best in your body. Maybe not in this moment, because you might be used to sitting like this, so this might feel comfortable, but comfort doesn't mean it's good for you. So just do this a few times, walking back, walking forward, and see if you can start to take a little bit bigger steps. So lean to one sit bone and step the other one forward. Do the same thing going back, bigger steps. So now you're separating your pelvis side to side, front to back. And now we'll walk all the way back to the back of the chair. How gorgeous is this view? So with your sit bones going back into the back of the chair, let's actually tuck them under, because this is how we normally sit, right? We tuck our sit bones under. This is how we drive. This is how we sit in a car. This is how we sit at our desk. This is how we sit when we're lounging, right? When we're doing this, you can see on me, I'm making my back muscles longer. I'm shortening, I'm turning off my core. When the back muscles are just stretching all the time, it's hard to get blood into them. And soreness in the back, I believe, soreness anywhere, is a call for oxygen. The way we get oxygen in is to squeeze and stretch. You can't just stretch. Just stretching is an open channel. Squeezing, contracting, creates a stopping of the blood flow, and then when you release that, it floods the area with blood and oxygen. So whenever you feel a sensation in the body, rather than avoiding it, I want to invite you to massage it, to squeeze it and release it, and see if you can start to connect the mind-body to that area, get more blood and oxygen in, and relieve that area. If that doesn't relieve it, put your mind to focus on the opposite. So maybe that's the belly. If it's the back is really triggered, you're going to squeeze and open the belly. Just bringing your mind to the opposite of something will take the mind off of the pain, the intense sensation. And when you move your mind to something else, it doesn't flare as much. It's just like when something is going on emotionally, there's a story that's been ruminating, that's challenging you, something that's triggering you, and you keep digging in on it. It doesn't make it go away, it makes it worse. When you shift to gratitude, it lessens that sensation. It's the same situation here, we're just using the body instead. All right, so let's go back to the back of the chair again. So we were in this slumped position, right? Now the opposite of it will be the sit bones back position. So let's just slump down and then push your sit bones down and send those sit bones back, and let's have the elbows bend and squeeze into the back muscles. So you'll slump down and then push the sit bones down first and then squeeze into the back muscles. Okay? Stretching the back in the slump, push the sit bones down, pull these elbows back and squeeze. Okay? So just a little exercise here. You can do this anytime that you're noticing in your life that you're in a slump position and your back's bothering you. This can be while you're driving. This can be while you're just sitting around, right? And then you'll come up and let's just pulse the squeeze of the back muscles. So push the sit bones back. Remember, you're moving from your pelvis, okay? So I'm pushing the sit bones back. It's like twerking. You have to throw it back. Sit bones back, all right? And then squeeze those back muscles, squeeze them together. And let's do side to side a little. So you'll push the left sit bone back as you lean into the left sit bone, squeeze into those back muscles, and then come over to the right, same thing. So as you isolate one side over the other, it's just nice. It gives the brain a little break, gives the body a little break, and you really get to feel what side is really triggered. Send some love into those areas. Good. Now let's just notice what you're doing. You're pushing the sit bones back, you're tucking them under, you're squeezing the back, you're stretching the back as you move side to side. As we do this side to side shift and the forward and back shift, these two movements together make a circle. So let's come to center again, and we'll just shift from one sit bone to the other. I love this movement. It looks like this from the front. So start by shifting to one side and lifting the other butt cheek up, and then shifting the other side and lifting it up. Eventually, we don't want to lift. We want to press ourselves side to side. So start to feel into that. So let's go over to your left side. You're going to ground through that sit bone. So really push through the hamstring, the back of the thigh. Keep that pressing down and move your body to the right. Keep pushing this down. Okay, let's do that again. Just that same side. Shift your weight to the left and push. And feel those muscles descend into the chair. Do it again. Push. Shift over and push. So when you shift over, release and then push through those muscles. Release and push. Release and push. Let's go the other way. So shift your weight to the right. You're going to push through the muscles. Bring your body to the left. Come back into it and push. So you're releasing and pushing. It should feel like you're pushing your sit bone down and you're engaging all those muscles underneath the leg. Now we're going to shift side to side. So stay on your right side, push your body over to the left, keep pushing down. Now release the side, push your sit bone down from the left and move your body to the right. Release, push, and move your body to the left. So just push your body side to side. Now close your eyes. You want to feel that you're engaging your glutes, engaging your hamstring, and pushing the sit bone through the chair. Now what's happening here is you're now making a muscle or muscles that are typically stretching in a seated position. You're making them engage, which is firing your brain, creating new neural pathways, because this isn't something that we do when we sit. So now it's just like driving a different way to work or trying to brush your teeth with your opposite hand. You are engaging something differently. All right, so neuroplasticity is the thing that happens when you do something different. It's just like breaking habits. So as you create this new neural pathway of, oh, when I'm sitting, I actually want to engage the backs of my legs, this is also creating more stability in your spine and your lower back. As you do this side to side, now start to just squeeze one butt cheek and squeeze the other butt cheek. Squeeze and squeeze. And so as you do this, I love doing this in the car. You just squeeze one, squeeze the other. You're reinforcing that connection, that mind-body connection of tightness in your glutes, which is a really good thing. We want tightness in our glutes. Not tightness that creates pain, but stability, muscle contraction, being able to use that muscle. So now let's just tuck the tail under, keep doing the same thing. Squeeze one, squeeze the other, and now send the sit bones back, squeezing one, squeezing the other. Bring it under again, squeeze one, squeeze the other, and send those sit bones back. Squeeze one, squeeze the other. How's your breath? You want to keep checking in with the breath. As you check in with the breath, you'll start to notice when you hold. If you get in your head too much, you're going to hold the breath probably. You might feel less mobile, right? So just keep slowing down that exhale. Now let's come to neutral just for a moment. Push your sit bones back and now squeeze both butt cheeks and release them. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Now start to push both of them down. It's almost like riding a horse. So your whole body lifts up a little bit. I love doing this in the car too. Nobody can even tell what you're doing, but you're really creating stability and releasing the lower back tension. Good. All right, so now we're going to create a little bit of a circle. So let's send the sit bones back again, move side to side, and start to shift over to the left and tuck your tail. Shift over to the right and sit up tall. Nice and slow through the circle. See if when you tuck the tail, you can round the back a little more, and then when you push your sit bones back, lift under the breast a little bit more. And start to create a circle in your upper back. You can hold your knees as you do this. Now I want you to start to use your lower belly. So when you tuck the tail, squeeze your belly in, and now keep your belly squeezing, and as you push the sit bones back, see if you can lift your chest and stretch your belly. Let's really focus on the belly. Squeeze the belly as you tuck. Push your sit bones back, lift under the breast, and stretch your heart space up. Good. And we'll just switch directions nice and slow. Pull the belly in to pull your pubis bone forward. That's the front of your pelvis. And now push your sit bones back and lift your heart up. Lift your boobies and your nipples as high as you can. Tucking on the right side and lifting on the left side. Slow down your exhale. Nice, long, and slow all the way out. Feeling your body. Feel how good it feels to move your pelvis, your spine. Let your throat lift when you lift your heart. Soften your shoulders. Soften that space between your eyebrows. And the next time you come up through center, let's pause for a moment. Inhale and exhale the breath all the way out. Notice how your pelvis is feeling. Notice how the energy is flowing through your spine. Now let's take your Pilates ball, and where we're working with the Pilates ball is these lower ribs. So take the ball, let's walk your butt back in that twerk position, so your sit bones are back a little bit, and we'll put the ball right at those lower ribs. With the ball at those lower ribs, let's push the back ribs into the ball. So the first thing that's most important here is your chest is up. And so we already found out that when we tuck the tail, our chest is collapsed. So it's important that you get your booty back into the chair. I like to bring the sit bones. If you're driving or sitting in a chair, sit bones want to go right at the crease of the chair, the seat, and the back. And then you bring that ball, and what it's going to do, it's going to force your chest up and your pelvis more into an anterior tilt. So I have a lot of range here. If you don't have as much range, then I want to invite you to walk your butt forward a little bit, put more air in your ball, okay? If it's easy for you to be in this position, you'll have less air in the ball. All right, so what we're going to do is pull the lower ribs back into the ball. So as you can see with me, when I lift my chest, it sends the lower ribs forward, and this puts a lot of pressure on the lower spine. Really where we want to be. Look how good it looks when I tuck my lower ribs in. This creates a really strong posture. I'm engaging my lower belly. This is an area that's hard to connect to, can be hard when you're pregnant or after you have baby. So let's just practice this. Ribs out, push the ribs back. Ribs out. Now it's the lower ribs. Can you push them back? And notice how when you push them back, it lifts them up a little, and that makes it easier to engage your lower belly. Okay, so now let's breathe with this. You're going to exhale and pull those lower ribs back. Squeeze those lower ribs in and soften. Take a big breath in. And exhale, push the back ribs back. Push down into your feet a little bit. Nothing is tense. You're just using your body. Use your muscles. Let it go. Take a big breath in. Exhale, pull those lower ribs back into the ball. Let's hold that and just keep your breath slow and steady and pulse those lower ribs back, back. Keep breathing. And now just see if you can move a little to your left and pull those left back ribs back into the ball. Notice what I'm doing. I'm pushing those ribs back. Okay? Naturally, when I push the lower ribs back, my buttocks engages. See if you can notice that. My sit bones neutralize. They go straight down, so they're not back behind me anymore. Okay, so I'm doing core work. I'm doing a bit of a crunch, a seated crunch, and it's aligning my spine, my shoulders, my ribs, my sit bones all stack. Okay, so feel into that. Now let's do it on the right side. Pull those right ribs back into the ball, aligning your spine and your pelvis. Breathe, slow down that breath again. And let's come right into center. See if you can push both sides of their back ribs evenly back into the ball. And let's hold it. Close your eyes. With the eyes closed, notice how this feels. Feel the lower belly. Maybe you can feel your groin a little engaged. Feel around the sit bones, the glute muscles. Good. And let's keep that and just start to roll the ball a little side to side. Bring your hands to your thighs. Bring your hands on your knees and tuck your chin a little and get those lower back ribs and push them back into the ball as you move them side to side. What this is doing is it's spreading your back ribs. So start to feel where you're spreading and then squeeze them together and spread the other side. And squeeze those together and spread the other side. Now you're pumping those lower back ribs full of blood and oxygen. You're awakening this area. You're connecting the mind-body. So breathe into this area. Say hello to the sensations that you're feeling. Notice any criticizing, judging, strategizing. All of that is ego, mind stuff. And instead of doing that, just feel. Get curious. If you find yourself in a critical or judgmental state, breathe in gratitude for your body. And that can shift you into curiosity. Curiosity is, there's an openness there. You're able to create change, shift from a state of curiosity. Okay, so keep breathing and feeling and noticing. Now let your ribs come forward and keep moving that ball side to side. So now what's happening is you're expanding the front, you're engaging the back ribs, and now let's push those back ribs into the ball again. Pull your belly in, engage into the front a little bit, and then slowly let the ribs out. Keep moving side to side. And again, push the back ribs back into the ball. These two movements make a circle, so we'll slowly start to make a circle. Let your ribs come forward again, and then push them over to the left, pull them back, roll the spine forward a little, and then let the ribs come forward on the right. Push them forward, and push them back into the ball on the left side, and forward on the right. So make this nice circle through the lower ribs, those floating ribs. And some of you may need to move the ball down just a little bit so you can get the tips of the lower ribs. Let's go the other way. You'll push the right back ribs and then lift the left back ribs forward. Push back on the right, forward on the left. And let's just pause. Let's just pause for a moment. Sitting up nice and tall, rest your hands on your thighs. And let's feel into the pelvic floor. We're going to do some breathing here. Align your pelvis, your ribs, your spine. So the sit bones are straight down. The lower ribs are pushing back just slightly into the ball, and you're stacking your head. And let's begin some pelvic floor breathing. We're going to inhale and expand into your pelvic bowl. See if you can feel what's happening as your pelvic floor is lowering down as you inhale. I want you to imagine your body's expanding up and down. So your jaw is at the top, your pelvic floor is at the bottom. The muscles of the jaw expand, the muscles of the pelvic floor open. And when you exhale, there's a lifting of the pelvic floor and there's a little contraction coming down from your jaw. Same thing is happening side to side and forward and back. Your rib cage is expanding into the ball and into your sides. Typically going forward is simple for us to feel, so I want to invite you to exhale and squeeze your front body in, and inhale and spread your back body first. So spread into the ball, spread into the sides, let the breath come into the front. down into your pelvic floor, up into your jaw, and then let's pull up on the pelvic floor slightly. A little engagement around the jaw as you squeeze your lower ribs in, pull your belly in and up. Keep all that engagement in the front body and use the back body first. Inhale into your ball. Spread those back ribs, let your pelvic floor expand, let your jaw expand. You're going to slow this down even more as you exhale. How slow can you let the breath out? Let number one be the engaging of the pelvic floor, engaging of the ribs, engaging of the belly. And slowly expand everything out. Feel into this contraction and expansion. Start to become aware of how you contract, and the more slowly and deeply you contract, the more slowly you can increase your inhale. When you open the inhale slowly, you take in more sensation, so it leaves you more available to take in pleasure, joy. Notice in the breath how you might be pinching yourself off from pleasure by shortening your inhales. See if you can slow down the exhale and soften your face, especially between the eyebrows. That's a reminder that you've been in your head a little. So keep slowing down the breath and softening the face. We always like to end the practice with gratitude. Gratitude is this high frequency energy, the highest frequency. It's the same frequency as love. When we align with gratitude, complaining, worrying, strategizing, planning, all of these heavier energies start to neutralize. So when you find yourself in an energy that feels heavy in your day, the simplest way to alchemize that is to find something to be grateful for. I like to begin with just finding a conscious breath. So when you feel yourself in a state of contraction, if you can have enough awareness to breathe in consciously, there's so much gratitude for that breath because you actually stopped that stressful space, that stressful thought, and that stressful motion forward. When you create a little space there by breathing consciously, there's an energy of gratitude around that. So see if you can feel into gratitude for the breath, opening the mind to curiosity. Feel how good it feels to breathe when you feel at peace in your body. When you know you've done something healing for yourself, feel how good it feels to breathe. Invite something else in that you're grateful for. How about a person that's been really showing up for you in your life? Someone that's really easy to be grateful for. And start to name the reasons why in your heart, why you're so grateful for them, what they've been doing, how they've been showing up, and see if you can expand your heart to feel that energy of gratitude. And as you expand your heart to feel that energy, breathe it in. When you breathe in a space of gratitude, notice how good it feels. A heart full of gratitude feels so good to breathe in. It feels so good to let go. Surrendering on the exhale. Feeling welcoming on the inhale. This is your breathing practice for the day. This will help to transmute anything that feels challenging or heavy. This is a practice you can integrate seamlessly into your day. Let these last few breaths be gratitude for your body, for your heart, just feeling how good it feels to be present with yourself, being present with your baby. can stay here as long as you would like to feel this beautiful energy. Take your time as you come back with so much love. Remember that the more you anchor to this energy, the easier it is for you to bring it with you into the world. And as you realign with gratitude, you will start to change everything in your life to elevate to your frequency. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Have a beautiful day.